Hello, and welcome back to our journey through deep time. Today, we're diving into a world that might feel surprisingly familiar, yet is millions of years in the past. We're exploring the Oligocene Epoch, a dynamic period from 34 to 23 million years ago that fundamentally reshaped our planet. Imagine the Earth getting a bit of a chill. After the greenhouse warmth of the Eocene, the Oligocene saw a major cooldown. This wasn't just a brief cold snap, it was a global climate shift. For the very first time, massive ice sheets began to grow over Antarctica, locking up vast amounts of water and causing sea levels to drop. This global refrigeration event, known as the Grande Coupure, or Great Break, triggered profound changes across every ecosystem. What happens when the world gets cooler and drier? The dense, humid forests that once blanketed the continents began to retreat. In their place, new landscapes emerged, open woodlands, savannas, and vast grasslands. This was a game changer for life on land. For the first time, there were endless fields of grass, a brand new food source just waiting to be exploited. And who answered that call? A whole new cast of mammalian characters. This is the epoch where grazing animals truly came into their own. Picture early horses, no bigger than a modern dog, evolving longer legs to run across the open plains and tougher teeth to grind down abrasive grasses. Alongside them were the ancestors of today's rhinoceroses and camels, all adapting to this new grassy buffet. The age of the browser was giving way to the age of the grazer. Of course, wherever there are herbivores, predators are sure to follow. The Oligocene saw a diversification of carnivorous mammals. Fearsome creodonts still roamed, but we also see the rise of the first true carnivorans, the ancestors of today's cats, dogs, and bears. They were becoming faster, smarter hunters, perfectly suited to chasing down prey in these new, open environments. Think of it as a prehistoric arms race, with speed and stamina becoming key to survival on the plains. But the action wasn't just on land. The oceans were also undergoing a massive transformation. The cooling temperatures and shifting continents altered ocean currents, creating new marine habitats. This is when many of the groups we recognize today started to flourish. Early baleen whales, the gentle giants of the sea, began to appear, evolving from their toothed ancestors to filter krill from the cooling waters. Modern-looking sharks, including relatives of the great white, patrolled the seas, cementing their role as apex predators. Geologically, the world was starting to look much more like the one we know. The continents were inching ever closer to their present-day positions. India's collision with Asia was well underway, pushing up the mighty Himalayas and Tibetan Plateau, a geological event that would have massive, long-term impacts on global climate patterns. So, the Oligocene was much more than just a transitional phase. It was a crucible of evolution, a period where the challenges of a cooler, more seasonal world spurred incredible innovation. The spread of grasslands created the template for many modern ecosystems, and the animals that adapted to this new world were the pioneers that would lead into the next chapter of Earth's history, the Neogene. The stage was set, the players were in position, and the modern world of mammals was beginning to take shape. Thanks so much for joining me on this trip back to the Oligocene. If you enjoyed this journey through time, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you won't miss our next adventure into Earth's incredible past. See you next time.